thousands who have found refreshing rest on an adjustable bed. Now available at Factory Direct Adjustable Beds, 2490 East County Road E in White Bear Lake, 779-0062.
The new recruits of the Minneapolis Police Department say, good morning, 11th Country.
From the Twin Cities Action Center, News 11 Sunrise, your new choice for news.
Good morning, and thank you for sharing our sunrise with us. It is the 16th day of July. It's a big day in the Twin Cities.
It is finally here. The excitement has been building for weeks, especially yesterday, and the All-Star Game is going to really happen today.
And most of the people who are normally here on the set with us are not here on the set with us this morning. They are down in the Metrodome.
Yes, and first we'll talk to Barry Zavan. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marty and John. What an exciting day this is. I have goosebumps, but the temperature won't give you goosebumps today. We're going to have 84 to 87 for our highs. Possibility of scattered showers and thunderstorms, but that won't dampen anybody's spirits in the Metrodome. Kind of a nice, typical summer day coming up. We'll have all the details, and my good friend Willard Scott coming up, too, in just a moment or two.
All right.
Alrighty, we'll be back with you later. Thank you, Barry. Well, topping sunrise this morning, what else? Baseball's 56th All-Star Game.
After weeks of preparation and a weekend of hoopla, there are just a few hours to go till they play ball at the Metrodome.
Now, our Steve Carroll is also live at the Dome this morning, where all the action, of course, will be taking place. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, John, Marty. This is really the day that everyone has been waiting for a long, long time. I really can't believe it's here myself. But in about 12 hours from now, this the Metrodome, it'll be buzzing with activity. Some of the ground crew here working on the last-minute preparations of the Dome. But tonight's game here at the Metrodome is a special one for a number of reasons. One of the big reasons, though, is this is the first All-Star Game for Baseball Commissioner Peter Ueberroth, and the Commissioner has been kind enough to join us this morning to talk about what has to be an exciting day for you, not only for baseball.
Well, it's an exciting day, and I have to just compliment the community. Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul have done something that no other city in this nation has ever done for an All-Star Game. They've turned on in a way, they've decorated the town, they've made it community spirit, and then yesterday, to me, was something that I'm going to ask every single city in the future to do, and that's an idea we had to open up the stadium and let everyone come out and make the workout more than a workout, have a little contest, and Brunansky did the job. I got to tell you, when 46,000 people stood and cheered, it made this place rock.
Were you surprised at the turnout, how many people showed up?
Yeah, I was, but you have to give the credit to the community. And they let people ride free on the bus if they had a baseball glove. I mean, that's a unique, cute, clever thing. And those kids were out here, and that's what baseball's about, families. And you saw grandmothers and granddaughters, both with gloves, and out there going after those balls and having a good time.
This is your first All-Star Game as Commissioner. You've gone out of your way to make it different than any other one, haven't you?
Well, we're trying to focus this year on families and on the fact that that's what baseball's part of the fabric of America, and it ties it together. And here was a community that a year and a half, 2 years ago, they said was not a major league city, that it wouldn't be a place that could have a major league team. And what happened? Community leaders got involved, a good owner, and Carl Pohlad did a wonderful job, and you're competitive, and it's a great place to play baseball. You know, you hear a few little criticisms, but the players I was talking to yesterday said, listen to the crowd in here. You feel like you're a family. You feel like you're one. And the home team, I think, lots of people are predicting the other way, but watch the home team today.
All right, Commissioner, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
Baseball Commissioner Peter Ueberroth. You know, now one of the traditional events each year is the annual All-Star Party hosted by Baseball Commissioner Peter Ueberroth. Now, strolling through that event last night was like going through a who's who in the baseball world. All-Star players will be slugging it out tonight were there, including the Twins' lone All-Star Tom Brunansky. But of course, the players aren't the only celebrities in town because of the game. Christy Arndt has been following some of the media stars and has more. Christy?
Thanks a lot, Steve. I appreciate it. Well, the All-Star Game was really properly named because it brings out all the stars. In fact, sometimes it seems like the various media personalities are almost as common as the ones that are representing the baseball world. For example, Mutual Radio has the Larry King Show that's broadcast every night. Locally, you can hear it here on KSDP AM radio. But this morning, fans here got a close-up view of Larry King as Minneapolis played host to that program. Baseball, baseball, and more baseball was the topic of Mutual Radio's Larry King Show early this morning. The show originated from a small room in Minneapolis' Amfact Hotel and included almost everyone who's anyone in American baseball.
Yes, so far tonight have included Peter Ueberroth, the Commissioner of Baseball, Sparky Anderson, manager of the American League All-Stars, Ben Scully and Joe Garagiola, who will do the play-by-play in color.
Topics ranged from the possibility of a baseball strike.
With Bob Costas of NBC Sports, we've asked everybody else. We'll ask you, what do you hear about Strikesville?
To baseball, Minnesota style.
The Metrodome, I think, is kind of endearing, if a dome ballpark can be endearing, because it is quirkish.
A group of about 50 baseball and Larry King fans crowded into the room to hear and see their favorite All-Stars. Meanwhile, lines of other fans waited outside for their chance to see the King. And fans of a different media personality gathered at Twin Cities International. Fans of all ages got to rub elbows with NBC Today Show star Bryant Gumbel, who signed autographs for his Minnesota fans. Gumbel is also in town doing live broadcasts during All-Star Week. And there you are looking right now at a live shot of Bryant Gumbel as he's doing the Today Show here live from the Metrodome. He's also brought along with him weatherman Willard Scott. And between the two of them, anytime you're watching the Today Show today and you see either Willard or Bryant, just remember that's coming here from the Metrodome right behind me. And Marty and John, that's only part of what's bound to be a really star-studded day here at the Metrodome.
Christy, I think you are definitely in the place to be this morning.
Oh, you bet. I'm in some pretty good company.
Do you have your autograph book out, Christy? Okay. Thanks a lot. Christy Art reporting live from the Dome. Well, baseball fans have had a lot of opportunities in the last couple of days to get a taste of that fever that's been going on.
That's true. Thousands turned out at River Place last night for the All-Star Fan Fair, sponsored by TV 11 in part. It all started with the parade down Main Street, featuring many celebrities, including the Today Show's weatherman Willard Scott and our own News 11 anchors. The celebration along the riverfront was capped off with a spectacular fireworks display. And today promises to be as exciting for the fans. All-Star events begin at noon today with bands playing at PV Plaza in Minneapolis and Town Square in St. Paul. At 6:30, the action begins here on TV 11 with live coverage of the pregame show. At 7, NBC picks up its live coverage of the All-Star game. And 10 minutes after the game is over, a fireworks display will take place north of the Dome with a sky concert on WCCO AM radio.
Well, the time this morning now is 23 minutes before the hour. In overnight news, a 38-year-old man is in satisfactory condition following a motorcycle accident in Minneapolis. Just before midnight, police were called to the scene on Glenwood Avenue. Police say the injured man was apparently a passenger on the cycle. He was taken by ambulance to Hennepin County Medical Center. President Reagan will be in the hospital for another week to recover from surgery that removed a cancerous tumor from his colon. The president's doctors announced his diagnosis at a news conference, saying they expect him to fully resume a normal lifestyle. A leading authority on colon cancer says Reagan has a good chance of beating it, but his health will have to be watched.
About the reports, but in general, if someone has a stage cancer that is like the president's, Duke's B, there is a 60 to 80% chance of a 5-year survival. That means there is a possibility for recurrence, and therefore periodic examinations would have to be done to look for the recurrence if it were to occur and to take care of it.
Both Nancy Reagan and Vice President Bush will be standing in for the president while he recovers.
Governor Perpich says state officials may have a tentative schedule drawn up today for developing the old Met Center site. Perpich spent the weekend in Canada touring a huge convention, shopping, and entertainment complex similar to what he once built in Bloomington. But opposition to the governor's plan is surfacing in both Minneapolis and St. Paul. Mayors Frazier and Latimer both want the convention center to be built in downtown Minneapolis.
Well, still to come on Sunrise this morning, more overnight construction in the Twin Cities. We will tell you where that traffic trouble spot is today.
An evacuation of 1,000 residents in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Steve Carroll will be live at the Dome with a look at tonight's starting pitchers.
In business, the Twin Cities must say farewell to an old theater. Those stories and Barry Zavan down at the Dome with the 11 Outlook are still to come this morning when we come back.
Me up to the ball game. Me up with the crowd. I need something.
We've just rounded up a great deal on Wrangler jeans. Men's denim's $12.99, women's denim's $13.99, boys' denims and cords just $8.99. And when you buy 3, you get a mail-in rebate for an extra pair free. Wrangler jeans from Target.
Friends, listen to this. We have the low prices, we have the low down payments, we have the low monthly payments, we have the easy financing, and the great big trade-in allowances. Well, that's what's going on during our summer celebration right here at Viking Chevrolet in Fridley. Look at this car, a brand new 1985 Chevrolet Celebrity. Oh, do I love the payment? $49 down, $199 a month. How about the price? $8,188. So what do? Let's pick the phone and let's call the hotline, 786-6100.
I like to keep myself sparkling clean and fresh. Now, if you want all-day freshness, there's this concentrated cleaner called Blue. Just pop Blue in the tank, then every time I flush, I get a Blue detergent rinse that helps clean and deodorize me for up to a month. The tablet dissolves, so there's no dripping mess to remove, and my fingers don't get stained. I tell you, Blue makes me feel brand new. Try concentrated Blue. It's the simplest bowl cleaner yet.
I am pleased to report that the first half of 1985 was the best in our 94-year history. Our net income for 6 months ending June 30th was over $32 million, bringing our net worth to an all-time high of $110 million. Our regulatory net worth ratio was well over 6%, among the highest in the nation. Midwest Federal's strength and stability is unparalleled. Thanks to our innovative management team and dedicated employees, and particularly you, our good friends and customers, we're pleased to serve you.
We have a beautiful sunrise for you this morning for lots of different reasons.
What a day to show tourists, though.
Yes, really.
What Minneapolis and St. Paul can be like at this time of
Lovely
year.
Minnesota
Let's
weather.
take a look. In fact, there it is.
Oh,
the
yes,
sunrise
looking
coming
towards
up.
downtown. And if you look real hard right in there, you can see Barry Zavan, and with a special friend, I'm sure.
Yes, good morning,
look
Barry.
Who's there.
Good morning, Marty and John, and it's always so wonderful to welcome back a good friend and just the best guy on television anywhere, Willard Scott from the Today Show. Willard, welcome back to the Twin Cities.
You old sweet-talking son of a gun. You look great. I want to see that hat really close up. That is without a doubt. You have your nerve to wear that. Look at that. Take a look at that profile, folks.
Yeah.
Look at that noble head. Is that not enough? Is that not a good...
I'm hiding the same thing you are, you know. There's nothing up there.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, inside or out. Right?
Inside or out is right. Didn't we have fun at the parade last night?
It was wonderful. What do you think of this whole thing? Right?
Oh, I think it's great. You know, this is the first time I've ever been in one of these dome stadiums. I hate to admit how dumb I am, but I've never been. Go to Houston, go to these cities, and I've never been in. I think it's spectacular. I don't know what the ball players think about playing in here, but it has a feeling and an atmosphere. You feel, you know, powerful. Hello! I mean, what an incredible sound of these wind tunnels. It sucked 12 Weimaraners and 2 NBC camera guys. When they opened the doors, about a 60-mile-an-hour blast in here.
I love it. Well, listen, we're going to have some thunderstorms tonight. We're going to get to the weather right now. You want to do the weather for me here?
Well,
we can do it with you. Okay, no, that's all right. Let's take a
have the same forecast.
Okay, let's take a look at the map.
The stadium tonight, people going west may run into some thunder showers, right?
That's right. And let's see a map here. I don't know if we will or not. Let's see what the current temperatures are anyway in the Twin Cities. Right now, we're looking at partly cloudy, 58 degrees, calm wind conditions, and the dew point at 51, 77% relative humidity. The pressure right now is steady at 30.13 inches of mercury, and we know it's a beautiful morning out there.
All I have here, that you may have this too, but this is the latest stuff we have. The only severe trouble spots this morning and throughout the day, North and South Dakota, eastern Wyoming, northern Nebraska, and extreme western Minnesota, but not here. And if you want to really go to hog heaven, anywhere around the Great Lakes, Traverse City, Michigan, 75, it is beautiful around the Great Lakes today.
But the weather's always good in the Metrodome.
Never rained in here yet.
You bet.
There's always a first time.
That's right.
You've been signed up again with the station? Did they renew your contract?
That hasn't been brought up yet.
I'll take care of it. I got my friends from Jersey. We'll take care of it.
Okay.
The manager's a little guy. I'll break both his arms.
Willard, thanks a million. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Okay, and back to you guys out there. Oh, let's get to the forecast. We didn't give the forecast. Here's we have sun and some clouds. A bit warmer, 84 to 87 for the highs. Wind south 14 to 18 tonight. Partly cloudy, a chance of scattered thunderstorms. I'm taking your cue now, 63 to 66. And then tomorrow, we're going to have more humid conditions, scattered showers, some heavy thunderstorms maybe in the morning, and then in the evening, 86 to 90 for the highs. Okay, give me that wrap-up, Will.
Beat it up.
Okay, back to you guys in the studio.
Go to the White Castle and have breakfast.
Thanks, Barry.
Well, we leave you in good hands, Barry.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
I think he was a little preoccupied.
You think? It would be easy
If we could get Willard's friends to visit the station though today. Just ahead on Sunrise, the 40th anniversary of an event that changed the world.
And some investors may be nervous today. We'll explain what that means when we come back.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I need some peanuts and crackers and TV11, let's all be there.
Meet Les Nessman, news director, WKRP.
Herb, will you quit picking on Les?
And Mr. Carlson.
I got a monkey on my foot.
And there's Johnny.
We are all in critical condition, babies. But you can tell me where it hurts, because I got the healing prescription here from the big KRP musical medicine cabinet. Now, I am talking about your 50,000-watt intensive care unit, babies. So just sit right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
And on-air DJ Venus.
On the air? I am the air.
And who could forget Jennifer?
That's the important stuff. This is yours.
How did she get away with that?
Are you kidding? WKRP in Cincinnati, weekdays at 4:30.
TV11, let's all be there.
58 degrees for you this morning at 7:15. Topping datelines in New Mexico today, the 40th anniversary of the world's first atomic explosion. The powerful blast that changed the world happened at the White Sands Missile Range 40 years ago today. The site will be open to the public today with historical photographs on display. In Washington, D.C., a step forward for right-to-life groups. The Justice Department has filed papers asking the Supreme Court to let states place some restrictions on abortions. A decision from the High Court isn't expected until December. And in Philadelphia this morning, cleanup continues at the site of the Live Aid concert. Officials say cleanup from the weekend concert won't be finished until later this week. More than 7,000 empty pop cans alone were left at JFK Stadium.
Nearly 1,000 people have been evacuated in Cedar Rapids, Iowa because of a fire in an abandoned city sewage plant. The fire broke out about 2:30 yesterday, continued burning throughout the night. Firefighters ordered the evacuation because of toxic fumes. There have been no injuries, and the cause of the fire is not yet known. In business news today, more negotiations between Hormel and its workers in Austin. They will be meeting in an effort to reach an agreement to avoid a strike. What will happen on the stock market today? Well, that's the question after yesterday's news that President Reagan does have cancer. And in the Twin Cities, it's time to say farewell to the Hopkins Theater. The movie theater will be closing its doors tonight after 44 years in the Twin Cities.
Something of a landmark in Hopkins.
Really has been, yeah.
Yes. Well, coming up next for you, Steve Carroll will talk with Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew.
That and all of the sports up next. Stay with us.
Me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I need some peanuts and crackers.
Now, News 11 brings you a half-hour of local news at 5 with Paul Majors and Kirsten Lindquist. At 5:30, it's the NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw. Then watch for Diana Pierce and Paul Majors on News 11 at 6. New convenient news times and a new co-anchor at 5. Now, on News 11.
27 million Americans are functionally illiterate. Please volunteer your help by calling this number.
It was July 22nd, 1983, and Lynn got a ride with 4 other kids to go swimming. They'd all been drinking, and they were going way too fast when they missed the curve and hit the tree. Every time I come to a place like this, I think about the worst night of my life. The night my twin brother died.
Thousands of teenagers and young adults die every year because of driving drunk. Together, we can keep them alive.
Time now is 12 minutes before the hour. I have to stretch over the corner there to see the exact
The temperature is 58 degrees. In
Thank
answer
you
to
very
your
much.
question,
Yes.
you're welcome.
We're going to go back down to the Dome because Steve Carroll is down there with a gentleman that we would all like to talk to on this special day.
That's
Mr.
true.
Killebrew. Let's go down to Steve Carroll at the Dome. Hi,
Good
Steve.
morning again. We have an audio problem. We cannot hear Steve Carroll this morning, but we do have some sports news for you. Besides all the current All-Stars who will participate tonight at the Dome, of course, Harmon Killebrew is down there. Yesterday he had quite a day as he tried to hit the ball across the Mississippi River. But we also want to tell you that there's some other sports news this morning in addition to those former All-Stars and now current Hall of Famers who will be on hand. They will be serving as honorary captains today. For the National League, it will be lefty Sandy Koufax, who started for years with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Koufax was a winning pitcher in the 1965 All-Star game played here at the Met, where the Nats beat the Americans 6-5. Now, they do tell me that Steve Carroll can hear us now and that we can hear him now, so I hope he doesn't get angry with me.
This was your opportunity to be a sportscaster.
Stealing his thunder.
I thought this was going to be it, but...
I just did happy you were captain's story there, Steve.
But, Steve, you can take over now.
All right, Marty, that could have been your big break. You could maybe go into sports from now on. But anyway, we do have the audio problem cleared up, and we do have Twins Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew with us right now. And Harmon, I imagine you're going to be the honorary captain tonight. I imagine a real special thrill for you.
Well, it is for me, and it'd be a much special or more special thrill, Steve, if we'd win the ball game. The American League just hasn't had much luck the last few years. So if we can win the game, that'd be great.
1965 was the last time the ball game was here in the Twin Cities. You played in that game. What kind of memories do you have of that?
Well, that was a great ball game for us here because it was the first time the All-Star game had ever been played in Minnesota, and our ball club just before the All-Star break had gone on a tear, and we'd won a series against the Yankees and put us out in front by a few games. So it was a big year, and then we went on to win the pennant in '65.
The All-Star game was a big game for you. Tell us what happened to you.
Well, I was fortunate enough to hit a home run in that ball game to tie it for the American League off Jim Maloney of Cincinnati. So, yes, it was a big thrill.
What kind of a team do you guys have tonight? Good team?
Well, I think it's one of the best teams the American League's had in a long time. Talking with Sparky Anderson, of course, who manages the ball club, feels the same way, and he's taking this game very seriously. And I would hope that the American League could do it.
How about you? Are you taking this game seriously?
Well, there's not much I can do about it. I'm just enjoying being around the fellas and the festivities, and yes, I hope the American League wins.
All right, Harmon, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Steve.
Harmon Killebrew, Twins Hall of Famer, who will be the honorary captain for the American League in tonight's big All-Star game here at the Metrodome. Speaking of tonight's All-Star game, the starting pitchers once again for tonight's All-Star game. For the National League, well, they'll start Lamar Hoyt, the former Chicago White Sox star, now pitching with San Diego. He is 12-4 so far this year, and he'll go against St. Paul native Jack Morris, who's pitching with the Detroit Tigers now. Jack is 10-6 so far this year, so the game has all the makings of a great contest. It gets underway with our live coverage at 6:30 right here on TV 11. And John, Marty, back to you.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
All right.
Well, still ahead for you this morning. I know we're talking baseball, but now it's time to talk Christmas.
You mean there's other news?
I think.
Okay. Well, Diane Rossi is going to fill us in on that. Going to tell you where to get some help in our daybook today, so stay with us.
For a wise buy on windows, choose Crestline at Menards. Our entire Crestline selection is on sale now. Slide bys, double hungs, casements, and more. Crestline bay and bow windows are on sale too. Or step into outdoor living with a Crestline swinging patio door. Enjoy the security of a hinge door with a patio door view. On sale now for just $288. Let the sun shine in and save with Crestline windows from Menards Wise Buy sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Most people can't be without their cars for long periods of time, standing around a tire store waiting for tires to be installed. At Twin City Tire, we've designed express speed lanes for your convenience. Our National Tire Dealer certified technicians will mount and balance your tires, most of them in 20 minutes or less. We have tires to fit import cars, American cars, van, pickups, or four-wheel drives. Our selection, service, and prices make us the place for tires. We're Twin City Tire, 494 in Lindale, in Richfield.
Nice home, isn't it? Well, it does have a few problems. Insects, mice, and other unwanted pests. You know, that's not unusual. Many homes can get pests. When folks give Bradley Exterminating a call for help, we offer them fast service with no fuss and no muss at a very reasonable cost. If you have a problem at your home, give Bradley Exterminating a call. If we listed the fine homes just like yours that we've serviced, you'd be amazed. Give us a chance to amaze you. Call Bradley Exterminating in the Twin Cities area, 861-4161.
58 degrees for you this All-Star Day, 6 minutes before the hour of 7. And from our headlines this morning, no big surprise here All-Star Day.
I suppose there's anybody that doesn't realize, maybe they came into town and they just woke up now and they haven't heard.
They'll hear.
The 56th All-Star Game is being played tonight at the Metrodome. There is no ball being played down at the Dome this morning, as you can see in this live picture. Instead, that's Brian Gumbel, of course. The NBC Today Show is being broadcast live from there this morning. Mutual Radio's Larry King also came to town for the All-Star Game. His show was broadcast live from the Amfac Hotel overnight. Kings fans crowded in a room to watch. His guests included NBC Sports personality Bob Costas.
President Reagan will remain in the hospital for another week, recovering from surgery to remove a cancerous tumor. The president's doctors announced his diagnosis to reporters yesterday, saying they expect him to fully recover.
In the daybook, it is not too early to start thinking about Christmas.
Diane Rossi tells us just why. Okay. Diane?
Good morning, Marty, John. Minnesota Fabrics is in the Christmas spirit already. Today and Thursday, demonstrations will be held on how to make unusual Christmas gifts, and of course, Christmas fabrics will be available. And tonight at 5 o'clock, St. Thomas College will be holding a meeting discussing its new business communications degree. For more information, give them a call at 647-5601. And finally, the first summer concert by the Normandale Summer Choir will be held at 7 o'clock this evening, and that's at Creekside Park. That's it for Daybook on this All-Star Day. Now let's check in with Barry Zavan and weather out at the Metrodome. Barry.
Hi, Diane. Thanks. It's a great day for baseball, a great day for Minnesota, a great day for weather, too. Mostly sunny skies today is the forecast. Highs 84 to 87. And tonight will be partly cloudy with some scattered showers and thunderstorms, low 63 to 66. Thunderstorms tomorrow, but sunshine all over the place in the Metrodome. Back to you, John and Marty.
Yep, we're still here.
Yep,
we haven't gone anywhere.
We're going to check in with Steve Carroll in just a second, but this is a remarkable community, the Twin Cities. It's a perfect community to support an All-Star Game.
I think Peter Ubroth hit the nail right on the head when he said that this is the kind of city that you want to have the All-Star Game, and the whole city has come out.
It's not too big like a Los Angeles or New York, which would really swallow up an All-Star Game. This kind of community really embraces it, and so everybody can have fun. Well, let's check in with Steve Carroll again.
Hello
Steve,
again.
Hi.
Presto magic, how about that, John and Marty? Yes, of course, the big story in sports, we've talked about it all half hour, last couple days for that matter, is the Baseball All-Star Game. It begins at 7:40 tonight right here at the Metrodome, and TV 11's coverage begins at 6:30. We'll have full coverage on our newscast at 5, 6, and again at 10. So big day here at the Metrodome, you know, but for the fans, they're expecting 50 to 60,000 fans out here from the Metrodome, or for the game tonight. And after that last out, about the only thing they'll have to remember this game are the memories and the many souvenirs that are available out here, and novelties that are available out here at the Metrodome. And Christy Arndt is here with just a sampling of some of the different souvenirs you can find out here.
Oh, we've got everything from your official baseball here, just right for signing autographs. Steve, you don't have many of them on here yet, though.
I got Commissioner Peter Ubroth's signature.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the big one.
Okay, I'll let you get by with it that day. You better get filled up before. I want to see this tomorrow, completely full.
Okay.
We've got your official beer mug, All-Star beer mug. That's another good one for you.
Get that filled up too?
Get that filled up too. Sounds good. Let's see. What else do we have?
I've got the All-Star hat here, if I can get my hands figured out. The All-Star hat right here, a nice golf hat right here that a nice thing to remember the All-Star Game by. A nice sewn-on logo there.
Just right for your games, right?
This is great. This is
you can take this along.
Take the kid to the beach with the bag.
You've got it full already. This one you've worked on.
I got a little picnic lunch in
there.
You
bet. And Marty and John, I guess we brought something back for you, too. Steve's been sleeping with them. That's why they're a little wrinkled here. But your official All-Star Game pendant to hang in your room.
Won't that be nice? You guys want those?
John will take the golf hat. I'll take the satchel, no problem.
Who wants the beer mug?
I'll take the beer mug too, Steve. Wrinkled pennants, that's what we're left with. Wrinkled pennants.
That will do it for us this morning.
It's a souvenir.
It is a tremendous day for Minneapolis, and we hope that you do enjoy the All-Star Game.
Bye-bye. Have a good day.
There are all kinds of places where kids can get introduced to drugs, like marijuana, alcohol, and cocaine. I'm Michael Landon, and that happened to one of my kids. Oh, she's okay now. But it wasn't easy for me to find out about these drugs. Unfortunately, that's changed. Pharmacists have volunteered to help parents learn how to prevent drug abuse. Visit your local pharmacy, displaying this sign.
A message from Pharmacists Against Drug Abuse.
It takes a lot of people to run an Air Force, and we have the best.
Remember when TV went to color?
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
With state-of-the-art technology, TV 11 is the first Twin Cities television station to broadcast in stereo 24 hours a day. Enjoy the energy, the comedy, the drama in stereo. Only on TV 11.
Hi, I'm Todd Oliver. And this is my pal Joey. That's me, that's us. Kids, watch for us and all the other programs coming to your library this summer. Check it out.